Screens hooray
yes.
this Easter. A press launch for the cult show is being held today in Cardiff.
The 13-part series will star Christopher Eccleston as Doctor Who and Billie Piper as Rose Tyler, the Doctor's companion. As Billie has been telling our arts correspondent, she hasn't always been a fan.
We had it on in the house. It's like, you know, when you go to a wedding reception and there are songs that you know the words and you can sing along and you know the melody, but it wasn't a CD you went out and bought. It's just something you knew of. And for me, Doctor Who was, you know, the same kind of thing. It was on in the house. I remember certain things about it. The theme tune was one of the things I remember. But yeah, I wasn't one of these, you know, fanatic Doctor Who fans.
You didn't watch from behind the sofa then?
No, I think I was one of the only people on set that didn't watch behind the sofa. Yeah.
So none of it really meant very much then when you, say, first met a Dalek or something like that?
Yeah, no, the first day the Dalek arrived on set, I mean, the energy in the room was quite unbelievable, and these grown men just turned into, you know, screaming little boys, and it was really quite funny. No, but I didn't have the same, you know, the same association that they did, you know, hiding behind the sofa, scared of the Dalek, sleepless nights, all that kind of stuff. For me, it was just this, you know, crazy robot. Obviously, I understood how iconic it was, or is, and but it was a classic day on set.
So what is different about this Doctor Who? Because there have been so many of them, 41 years of it. How is it moved on?
Well, I suppose we've kept the essence of the original. We haven't really changed the backstory that much. The Doctor is still very much the same kind of character. I think the dynamic between the Doctor and his assistant has moved on somewhat because they're on a par with each other and they educate each other. And I'm not sure that that happened so much in previous, you know, episodes of Doctor Who's. But obviously we're dealing with, you know, current affairs, you know, topical things, and
what sort of topical things?
Well, I mean, things that are happening right now in you know, every day. And I think one of the biggest differences is that it's a lot more domestic, this Doctor Who, and we touch on, you know, the relationships and being at home and families and you know.
You're not suggesting that Doctor Who does the washing up in this, are you?
Well, you know what? There really are no limits in this Doctor Who, and there really are no limits to Russell T Davies' writing. So it's very interesting, but yeah, I mean, you know, we're talking about things that are happening today. It's contemporary, and obviously the special effects have moved on massively. And I think one of the biggest reasons for that is because, you know, kids are so used to, you know, Gladiator or Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. They're so into their kind of special effects that I don't know that they'd kind of sit around and tolerate wobbly sets. So I think they definitely lose interest pretty fast. They're so, you know, so into, you know, big scale, you know, special effects.
Do you think this is also aimed at adults? Because you're talking about relationships.
Yeah.
There's a suggestion there may even be a bit of love interest going on somewhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, the character that I play, Rose Tyler, she has a boyfriend in the first episode. And she's very ruthless at times. She kind of ditches her boyfriend for this 900-year-old man who just shows up one day and, you know, invites her into his blue box, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Wait, what's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
It's an interesting dynamic. He's not, you know, sometimes he can become like a father figure, and Rose hasn't got a dad, so I think that he kind of slips into that and she allows him to do that at times. But they're best of friends and they are in love with each other. You
may have to go to conventions now for the rest of your life, you realise.
Well, I've heard about these conventions. They sound quite terrifying, actually. But I'm quite interested. I might pop along to one, give it a whirl and see how it goes.
And do you dream about Daleks now?
No, the weirdest thing is, I haven't dreamt about one thing that I've done at work on this job. 8 months of shooting, I haven't dreamt about Daleks, you know, crazy ghouls and giant aliens and things like that. I haven't dreamt about it, which is quite strange.
Oh, they'll come back to you. You'll
I suppose
you'll wake
because
up and scream in years to come.
possibly.
Yeah,
I
you
suppose
will.
because I'm dealing with it in the day, it doesn't sit in my subconscious, maybe.
It'll come back. It always does.
Okay, well, I look forward to that.
Wake up screaming about Daleks. It'll
Yeah,
happen, I'm
yeah.
sure.
Billie Piper speaking to David Silito there, and if you haven't had your fill of